Hello, friends. Welcome back. Or if you are new here, welcome. I know I've been trying recently to post for Motivational Monday. However, things just got a little hectic this week with Easter and sports starting up. So I will try again next week and we will have a Motivational Monday next week. I also wanted to switch things up a little bit here on the channel and start posting a little bit more vlog style videos. So you will probably be seeing me a little bit more often because I'm going to be trying to do a couple more day in the life videos, just kind of catching up with you guys and sharing what we've been up to a little bit more than I usually do. I'm starting today how I start most of my days, where I sit down and I kind of go through my older two kids' curriculum. I go through their calendars for the week or for the day and make sure it's set up really well so they really will need minimal things from me. They can kind of use their calendars as a guideline. It has all their assignments and it also keeps us all on the same page. My husband's able to open it and follow along as well. So while they're doing their own thing, I can then really focus on working with the younger two boys. So most mornings, I start off at the dining room table, just checking all of their stuff and making sure that I'm setting them up for the day really well. And they're able to follow along, and we're all just on the same page with school. And then, as soon as I get that done, I move straight on to breakfast. My older two, they will usually do their own breakfast. And sometimes I'll make them breakfast, but they kind of rather just grab their own thing. They will grab bagel or cereal or something like that. So I usually, after I'm done getting all their schoolwork done, I will then move on to making breakfast for myself or for my younger two boys. And then we will start school with them as well. Most mornings, Lincoln will just want a simple bowl of vanilla yogurt with some granola in it. Sometimes he'll add fruit, and then other mornings he'll want just oatmeal. He's very, very simple about his breakfast. Theo was wanting an egg sandwich, and he is not really an egg person, so it's kind of surprising when he does ask for it. So I did go ahead and I made him an egg sandwich, and he is like his other brothers, and he'll put hot sauce on like everything. So he put hot sauce on his egg sandwich, but he really enjoyed it. I'm going to go around and do just some quick tidying up of things, get my kitchen back in order, and wipe things down. If you do stay till the end of the video, we did finally get a new dishwasher. If you've been following along, our dishwasher has been kind of on the fritz since we moved in here, and it's just never worked properly the whole time we've been here. Sometimes it would, and sometimes it wouldn't, and sometimes it would be doing one thing, and it was just kind of always something with this dishwasher. So for as long as I've been on YouTube, which is not very long, our dishwasher has kind of been on the fritz, and most of the time I wash dishes by hand, which in a way is a little therapeutic for me, so I don't necessarily mind. But when you have a family of six and you have teenagers especially, it is, I mean, dishes can pile up so quickly. Sometimes I feel like it's laundry. It's just like, are there extra people living here that I'm unaware of? So there's always so much, and to be able to have a dishwasher where people can just, as they go throughout the day, rinse off their stuff and load the dishwasher up and then be able just to start it at night is such a nice thing to have. And it's been a while since we have had a reliable dishwasher that cleans very well. So we will finally be getting our new dishwasher and installing it at the end of this video. So stick around if you want to see that. I am by no means doing a deep clean today. I try to keep it really simple during the week when we're schooling. It is just so much easier to just do like surface level stuff. So I am making sure everything has a really good wipe down, and I'm kind of cleaning off all the surfaces, getting things put away. But other than that, I'm not doing a deep clean. It is so chaotic during the week, so most of my deep cleans will take place on the weekend. A lot of times when we do that, it's an all hands on deck type of thing. My husband is home and he's able to help, and he does a lot of the outdoor stuff. So it allows me to do outdoor stuff and him kind of bring the kids outside to work on that, and then me have some quiet time to be able to get to the things inside that I would like to do. But during the week, it's just about maintaining that, especially on busy weeks. And we have had such busy weeks here recently. So it will be kind of nice to get to the summer and have it slow down a little and have a little bit more of some leisurely time and be able to really focus on some projects that I'm wanting to get done. A lot of times when I'm doing dishes, I will have music playing or I'll be listening to a podcast. I also like to watch other YouTubers on my phone. So I like doing all that. And I know that dishes aren't everyone's cup of tea, but there's something about it that when you have your music playing or a really good book, like a really good audio book that you're listening to, it's just kind of therapeutic. I usually will do them during a time where the kids have busied themselves with their schoolwork or their reading or they're playing outside. So it's kind of that alone time where you just need a break. And a lot of time that's what doing the dishes by hand is for me. I get it is not everyone's thing, and I'm like that with laundry. I hate laundry, and I struggle with it so much over the years. However, since we have moved here, it has gotten a lot better for me. It is the act of putting away and like folding everybody's clothes that I really struggle with. Other than that, I can really stay on top of dirty clothes and we hardly ever have any. But we usually always have quite the mountain of clean clothes that needs put away. But I did mention in one of my previous videos that I'm going to try a new system here soon. I'm wanting to redo our laundry closet and I want to also implement a new system where everybody has their own basket. And so from the dryer, you're kind of putting everything into each person's basket, and then they are responsible for getting their basket and putting all their clothes away. I'm hoping that that system will end up working out really well for our family. I know there's a couple other YouTubers that use this system, so and it seems to work out really well for them. So I'm hoping it does the same for us as well. One thing about our family is we absolutely love the library, and so we go at least once every 2 weeks and we load up on books. Every night in Max's room, a forest grew and grew and grew. We have all kinds of these children's books that we just load up on, and we always start our homeschooling day with reading books together, me and the younger two boys. Now, my older two kids, they actually sit directly behind us at the table, and that's where they do their curriculum. But one of their favorite things has been to actually listen to me reading, and they always whenever I go to get our history. So what I do is we will read a couple books from the library and then immediately following we get our history book and I read aloud and everybody listens. And the older two kids, they follow along even though that is actually not their curriculum. They usually will go and get their art supplies for their art class and then they'll sit and do their artwork while listening to me read to the younger two boys. And something about that just really melts my heart. I love how they love to listen to me read. And it has been one of all of our favorite parts of our homeschooling journey. I recently just got a new set of linen sheets for my bed in my bedroom, and I could not love them anymore. I just keep raving about them. They are so nice. They're so comfortable. They're so breathable. So I will be posting about them in another video here. I'll share which ones I got, and I will post a link too in case you are in need of some new sheets. They are affordable, and I swear these are probably the best ones I have ever had in my life. They are really that comfortable.
Crowded places, feel it sinking in. Lonely faces, say you need a friend. No matter the distance, I will always be there. No more inhibition, I'll show you again. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights, I know. Getting high, feeling low, and it's out of your control. You should know that I won't leave you. I'll stay beside you. I'm never letting you go. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights, I know. But I will guide you home. But I will guide you home. But I will guide you home. Fight your battles, always by yourself.
Okay, so for the first time, I am trying to make one of those like elementary school pizzas. You know what I'm talking about. The ones that we used to eat, they were like square back in elementary school, and they have like the bubbly crust. I have never made these before. I have a couple other pizza dough recipes that I use, but I'm trying this one out for the first time, and it is just about done rising the dough. However, I've never made it, and I'm wondering if I need like both of these pans, or I don't know how big it's gonna bubble up because I've never made it, and I feel like the pictures I've seen, I feel like they're bigger than this, and this seems honestly bigger on camera than what it is. I think it's a 9 by 13, does it say? I don't know, but I have larger ones, but Theo and Lincoln, mostly Theo, they use them for beans. And I feel like that's confusing, so hold on, let me show you. Do not mind the mess. This is on my list of things to get done here soon, but my 5-year-old, he doesn't play with this nearly as much, but he still, every time I go to think to throw away the beans, he's like, oh, I'm gonna play in the beans. So he actually just played in these like a day or two ago. But anyway, these are my giant pans, and I have 2 of them, but they are both filled with dried beans for like sensory play. So right now he has a bunch of dolphins and whales and sharks in here, but a lot of times he'll have like little soldier guys, or he'll bring like his trucks and fill them with beans and then like dump them out and stuff. So he has the only 2 large baking dishes I have, and that's a lot larger than the other one, so I'm like trying to decide what would be best. Thinking I'm just gonna use this and hope that it doesn't get giant. I guess I'll see how big the dough is gonna be once I punch it down a little and get some of the air out. But I don't know, I'm like sitting here. We usually do pizza on Fridays. I say that, but we've kind of gotten off track recently. Ever since they have been homeschooled, I've tried to stay on top of doing like pizza Fridays. They really, really love doing that, and I like it because it takes the question out of what's for lunch at least one day a week. So I like doing pizza Fridays, and I figured, this would be nice to kind of mix things up a little bit. And we don't just do pizza, we kind of just do variations of pizza. I don't know. We do, you know, like the little, we've made like little pizza hot pockets together before where we get the dough and everybody makes their own like little pizza hot pocket. We do just normal pizzas. We do deep dish, you know, we do kind of all kinds of things, but I thought it would be fun, more nostalgic for me, I guess, to do the elementary square pizza, which I don't even know if they do that anymore. I don't think my kids had the square pizza. If you remember the square pizza, please let me know because I feel like that's so nostalgic. I feel like I remember having pizza every Friday, the square pizza every Friday in elementary school. So that's kind of what I'm trying to bring back, even though my kids probably will have no idea about any of it. Move this out of the way so you guys can see me a little better. Oh yeah, that went down quite a bit. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna do, I think I'm just gonna do this pan, and I've already greased it. So get all the air out, and then I'm gonna just press it into the pan. Now I usually bake pizza crust a little bit before I put the toppings on, just to make sure that the crust is, you know, good and done. But this one did not say that, the recipe that I'm mostly, no I am, I did a good job this time following the recipe. So I am going just to push it down and then put the toppings on it.
Fight your battles, always by yourself. In the shadows, hear you cry for help.
It is really thick. I think I'm just gonna go with this one, and then if it's a super doughy pizza, then I'll know next time.
You've been lost and alone in the city of lights. I know. Getting high, feeling low, and it's out of your control. You should know that I won't leave you. I'll stay beside you. I'm never letting you go. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights. I know. But I will guide you home.
Now the recipe that I'm following here, it said for more authentic flavor for the elementary school pizza to use cheddar with your mozzarella cheese. So I'm using cheddar, which I usually do because I always usually have a bunch of cheddar, but I thought that was funny how they said make it more authentic for the school lunch. Use cheddar. So that's what we're doing.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And
Just gonna add a little bit more cheese to the top, and I kind of went heavier than I usually do with the ingredients like the sauce and the cheese and the meat because the crust seems so thick. I'm actually at this point a little concerned that it is going to puff up a little too much in the oven. But yeah, I went a little heavier like on the sauce because I didn't want it to be too doughy and too like dry. So some Italian seasoning on the top. This is just gonna be an experiment for science. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the oven. I have to double check the time, but I think it was like 425-ish. And again, I'm gonna have to check how long, but you know, until it's kind of cooked through, bubbly, all the pizza-y things. So spoiler alert, they did come out huge and you definitely do need to separate the dough, but they were still delicious. Just next time I make them, I will be separating the dough. Seems super dark. It's because of course we're under flood watch and another storm system's coming through. It's just nonstop. I feel like every time I'm on here, I am telling you guys about a storm that we're having. So I'm sure you'll be able to hear the rumbling in the background and stuff, but that is why it is so dark. It has been dark since I woke up. It's felt like night all day long. So I made the pizza for the kids, and it is actually something that it was so big that we were referring to it as pizza cake. It was really good, and I will definitely be making it again. I just need to separate the dough into 2 pans and make 2 big pizzas with it. However, I am on a bit of a journey this year and trying to better myself, eating a little better. And one thing I usually go to for lunches is this copycat version of the Popeyes blackened chicken. I usually will just actually eat it by itself with some tomatoes or cucumbers. Today I'm eating it on a wrap for lunch. This is the next day, and it is finally sunny and beautiful, and the weather is nice and warm. So I'm taking advantage of that, and I'm going to hang our blankets outside. I love to wash them and then put them outside over our balcony to dry. Something about that fresh air that is just so nice. And so that is usually what I do on these nice sunny days. While I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and clean all the pollen off of our front windows. I have a new bird feeder that I've wanted for a couple of years now, and I don't know why I never really got it. It's only like $9 at Walmart. I was waving to the kids. They were inside watching me, and Theo was very impressed with the heart I drew on the window. But yeah, I got a new bird feeder, and I love it. I don't know, it's so cool to have it stuck on the window and be able to watch the birds up close. So I think I'm actually going to get another one for another window. Maybe the boys' they really, really love watching the birds and they have really liked watching the birds. However, you'll see where I place it. I put it a little lower because our cat likes to sit in the window and that's all the pollen from the window. But she likes to sit in the window, and I thought that she would like to watch the birds. And so I put it lower to where she kind of usually sits. However, I'm going to have to move it for a couple of reasons. One being because she scares the birds. She literally will go, her nose will be up against the window and she will be at eye level with the bird food. And she will just she's scaring all the birds. So it is really funny to watch. I will have to see if I can get video of it because it's hilarious. Me and the kids are in the house every day laughing at it. Just she loves the bird feeder, but they're not really using it now because she is always right there. Another reason is on the side, there are screens on the windows on the side of this window. And we have noticed that there are squirrels that are climbing up our screen to get into this bird house and eat all the bird seeds. So we don't want them tearing it up. So I will actually need to be moving it. I wanted to share one of my daughter's favorite snacks that she makes, and it is so easy. It's one of those things that's actually like if you crave sweets or candy or anything like I do at night, this is a really great thing to have. So what she does is she picks off all the grapes and then she squeezes lemon juice on top of them and shakes them and then freezes them. Now, she did say that people on the internet that do this, they also can add sugar, but she likes it, and so does my husband, without the sugar. So they will just put lemon juice on them. She'll put the lid on, shake them up, and put them in the freezer for a couple of hours. And she says it tastes just like a sour candy, and they are really good. So if you are looking for some kind of alternative to a candy, this is a good one. This was right before the delivery for our new dishwasher. So my husband is going through and kind of disconnecting everything. He's going to drain it and he's going to bring it downstairs for them to just easily be able to load up in their truck. But our house is kind of awkward in areas. Like the rock wall going into our kitchen is really skinny, and a lot of our appliances actually don't fit in it. So we knew that they would have to maneuver around and kind of go past our bedroom and down the hallway that way in order to take this out or put the new one in. So my husband is just bypassing that, and he's going to have my 15-year-old son help him take it downstairs, and they'll also put the new one in instead of paying the $300 they were going to charge us. My husband does have experience with plumbing and electrical, so he's just going to do it all himself and have my son help him. So that way it kind of is a learning experience for him too. We ended up going with an LG. It has the 3 racks, which was something that was really important for me, but this is how it turned out, and it is so nice having a dishwasher again. But that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.